before he finally got picked up. So now Red Legion and Houston Heat going 15 minutes on the clock and jumping into this prelim battle.
Houston Heat dropping 2 bodies off the break, losing that tortilla, tower, and then Mishka going wide on the Dorito side. 5-on-3 situation for Red Legion.
So very quickly, it's even quicker than the last one. We're in a situation where 5-on-3. So how long is Ryan Smith going to want to let this go? Looks like guys are going to try to make something happen as Jackson Frey tries to get out wide. He gets shot. La Papa also getting taken out. And that leaves Kuzmin here to get the crossfield shot in on Dizon.
Perfect point for Red Legion.
Great start for him. We talked about how important it is to get that first point on the board on this field. Because as soon as you have the lead, okay, well, we got a lot of long points out here. All right, man, we're going to get in some really good spots right around the 30, 40-yard lines, and especially if you're Legion. All right, now let's see if you guys can come and dig us out.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, Legion did drop a point in the last set where that was a situation. You know, so it was a high body moment for them. They had all the correct spots and then started dropping bodies here or there. So a little chink in the armor there for Legion, even though they got a big win in that one. Point number 2, Legion going to run Kirill Pridney all the way to the 50-yard line. No, it's J-Rab. Oh, yeah. So okay, so we end the win in the pits, and Coach had said something to J-Rab, and J-Rab said, yeah, let's send it. And it looks like that play call is going to work out because J-Rab is going to get a kill. They got a kill early on as well, too. So it's looking about as good as it can look here for Legion as a third body filters off and a fourth. Just one player left alive. Mishka in the back corner bunker right now for Houston Heat. J-Rab sharking down the field with Kuzmin all the way onto Houston Heat side in their snake. The referee gives him a check, and then here comes the push on the D side with Karslev trying to combo with Rabakov and Kuzmin. J-Rab's going to run right at the bunker and make this one pretty easy. Just checks off on the can to be sure, but all of those kills have already been put up on the board. J-Rab going to hit the buzzer. So solid play call. We've seen that center brick. I'm just wondering on Sunday tomorrow how much that's going to play a factor.
And these pit images, calm, cool, collected, every team. Paintball Fit, the only one really tearing guys up.
Greg, huge move here for Karslev all the way to the wedge off the break, and he guns himself right into the 50. They don't shoot anybody, but taking a ton of ground early.
We got one coming off for Houston Heat right now.
So they do shoot one for Houston Heat. 5-on-4 situation in favor of Legion.
Heat's going to have to change their route. They've lost that snake corner multiple times now, and Red Legion just has it dialed in.
You can see there top of your screen, you just saw him, Karslev, such a crucial member of this starting 5, taking a huge bite off the break. He's nodding, he's getting some comms, letting his teammate know, yeah, I hear you. Know exactly what you're talking about. And I'm just going to continue to rip this lane and not let them get into the snake. So they're not in the snake right now at all. There's no one for Houston Heat there. And eventually, I think that's Chad George is going to want to try to get across that gap, but that's the gap that Karslev is currently flooding with paint. J-Rab's going to go up. He's actually waving his bodies off. They're asking, hey, everyone stop shooting. We want them to make the moves. We have the lanes.
Let it happen.
Just let them out. Let them think that false sense of security set in.
Absolutely, especially up to so much time on the clock. A nice, slow win is the best thing for Red Legion right now.
So there's a good look at Justin Rabakov, the closer body, and then Karslev in the snake. Kirill's going to join him. So a full complement of players here up the middle. Legion showing their hand a bit here on some strategy, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely, and set up to catch Chad George, making that move over to the snake, a last-ditch effort to try to get some offense going.
Everyone playing tomorrow, take note. This is a solid play. If you have somebody that's as fast as Karslev, because that's kind of the essential puzzle piece, is they're getting a nice close to put their third point on the board here. Still, Sam Monville holding strong, though, in the back center. And Monville gets the shot in on Karslev as well, too. Ooh. Oh, Monville making this one a little bit dicey here for Legion.
Still a 3-on-1 situation. Yep. And enough to pull it off to get the shot in on Sam Monville.
Well, Monville made it interesting for a brief moment.
Great effort. Ryan Moore circled around that Dorito side can. Really made Kirill work for that move.
Legion, Greg, they're really pumping up the pace right here. So 3 points scored, still 10:38 left to go, kind of seeing what we typically would see historically on a layout. I'm wondering if they're going to continue to do this, or do they put those 3 points up and now with a sizable lead, especially on this layout, now default back to something much more conservative? Let's say TJ gets the major, right? and then Billy runs through and shoots him. Depending on when they pull it, I don't know how it would have turned out, but they could have pulled both Montemayor and Bernacchi, and Roberts was still alive.
Yeah. So honestly, wouldn't have mattered. You're right. Oh, Malloy coming off first. Unusual death for him early in the point. Great job by Heat. But Kuzman coming down the snake. Chad George just got in, but looks like he got caught going through that gap 4-on-4 situation.
And they go back to that play up the middle here with Justin Rabikoff to get a look at the zone and shoots Chad George trying to make it into the snake. So it's a bold play call to send a body all the way up to a spot that hasn't really been working for a ton of players. I mean, that run hasn't really been tried that much. Benny Carroll kind of showed us how to do it this morning, and it did work out for Benny Carroll. But now they've done this a couple times here in this match and in a really good position to put this 4th point on the board.
I think I figured out Red Legion's approach. They're sending J-Rab up there because Houston Heat is not going to the snake corner, and they've been delaying from that inside mini wall. That's allowing Justin Rabikoff time to get up there, cut down that lane. That's how he caught Chad George, but that would be why Red Legion called that play.
So Kirill's going to join Justin Rabikoff up the middle of the field. Legion playing the middle a lot more than pretty much any team that we've seen out here through. And we're in our 20th game right now.
Yeah. But shutting down that snake is what's allowing them to do it.
Yeah.
No presence over here other than that Hertz can. Salapapa.
Yeah, that's the 20th game just today. It's 40 total for the prelims.
Yeah. I heard the distant Ric Flair woo as the ball whizzed by. I saw LaPapa take a quick jump into that can.
Not going to lie, I've done that a few times.
100%.
Yeah, where it's super goes like, whoo, man, I can't believe I dodged that one. Still alive. Yeah, so Karslev now going to join Rabikoff here at the 50-yard line, going to the outside brick. Rabikoff inside, going to get another kill. The other one was, coming off. Is that?
I think that was Karslev shooting Sam Monville.
Yeah, and Sam Monville's coming off limping.
That might be his hip. Sam's had some injuries along the way. That hip has been a weak point for him, but he usually bounces back quickly. He's walking off. I'm not too worried about him.
So just Ramos. It's actually Ramos Saldana. He has 2 last names. Hispanic heritage.
Not big enough shoulders for both.
You have to shrink that font down.
Ryan Moorhead making an attempt. He was trying to counterpunch up the middle, going to that center tower.
Yeah, but Greg Ramos cyclopsed here in a low body situation, and they're going to take out Ryan Moorhead. So with 7:45 to go here, Houston Heat has to be a little careful on the spread. I'd have to spend a couple seconds here counting how they did in their first 3 games, but they're 2-1. So if they get completely blown out by Legion with that 2-2 record,
looks like Chad George lined up to sprint.
So Houston Heat taking all the back spots here in this one. Safer breakout, but they still lose a body. It is a risk to send bodies out wide, so that's not super safe. It's not as safe as going mini wall, double up back center cans, but still it costs them a body.
And the tough scenario there is it's really hard to survive in the Hertz can when you have a player in that snake corner in the tortilla tower because of the bounce shot coming off of it.
Legion, Greg, they do go with a more conservative game plan in this one. A little bit of a risk with Kuzman getting very quickly into snake 3, and then launch on secondaries after taking all the back spots, and then quickly into the snake 2 position and also wedge on the D side.
Karslev asked, is it time to go yet? I'm ready. We'll see if he can sneak a shot in on Chad George. Chad George on the wire right now, making sure Malloy doesn't do any damage. Kirill making that classic move inside to the snake side wedge, shutting down the Dorito side. That's going to free up Malloy to get creative and go head-to-head with Chad George here as he makes the switch.
Well, we're going to know if Houston Heat wants to play, push the issue and try to take some ground and get some points back, or if they're just trying to burn a decent amount of this clock off to try to keep the margin legit, because they are down a body, but down 4 points. So if they want to win this game, then they're going to have to play at a faster pace than this. But they already have 2 wins on the board. 2-2 is typically the magic ticket getting to Sunday. In case you just started watching Pro Paintball, and you need to go 2-2 with a positive point differential. Occasionally, though, we will see a team get in right around 0, even.
Yep.
Not normally the case, though. This could be one of those events.
It definitely could be. With how close the margins have been, how few points there's been, there's an opportunity, but you never want to leave it up to the other matches. You want to have your own fate and your own control. And right now it's a hard situation for Houston Heat, down 4 with just 5 minutes left to play and down a body. Red Legion content to sit. You can see J-Rab retreating back into the back center to lock down the Dorito side. That's going to free up Kirill, who's looking snake way, trying to find Chad George right now.
Yeah, Kirill looking snake side. Malloy and looks like Kuzmin looking snake side too. And here comes Kirill. Kirill's going to move up into the wedge and untouched. Tucks into that spot. Another body dropping right now for Houston Heat. As Ryan Moorhead taking the walk. Doesn't like the call, though. He's kind of jawing at the ref a little bit, shaking his head. And then Chad George gets stitched up by Kirill, so we are going to see maybe potentially our first mercy rule win.
5-on-2.
It's a 6-point mercy rule here in the pros.
Karslev creeping out to the wire, putting the squeeze on. I think that's Ronnie Dizon in the Dorito corner. Sam Monville over here in the mini wall, just protecting his own side of the snake as Guzman crawls into the last knuckle.
Yeah, so Kuzmin here trying to get the drop. Just got to wait for it. Sam Monville switches sides. Ooh, a little slip and fall, trying to get into that mini wedge. Makes it clean, though, as
Ronnie.
Body coming off. We're going to see a concession, so. And on the flip side, just that standard starting 5. Nothing but that for Red Legion. Actually, do we get any different bodies out there? This might be the time to get someone else to spin. No, Kuzmin's still going. They're going to be losing Kirill Pridney from the back center. So, yeah, no, same starting 5.
Misko's trying to make quick work, knowing that back center died off the break, but dies in the process. And Chad George coming off early. Back to a 4-on-3 situation in favor of Red Legion.
It might be Vasquez instead of Karslev over there on the D side. I can't quite tell. I think it is. So I think Vasquez is going to get a spin, give Karslev a rest. Other than that, no alterations from the starting 5 here for Legion. Oh, but Kuzmin getting caught by LaPapa down the sideline. So still now just a 3-on-3 situation here, which still benefits Legion because Houston Heat has to push forward. Or are they just going to hang out, chill in their spots, and hope to avoid the 6-point loss, take the 5-point loss?
Now that they've lost that body advantage, I don't think it's worth it. Great job by LaPapa to even it back up. But 3-on-3 with 3 minutes to play at a 5-point differential, I think you ride it out.
Yeah, we should know pretty soon, though. Because if Houston Heat starts, I mean, they're popping the top. They're trying to probe and see if they can earn a move. But no one's doing anything quite yet as far as forward progression is concerned. But everyone is very proactive in their spots.
Absolutely. No real hold for the Dorito side from Red Legion. Malloy's checking it off just to be cautious.
Yeah, LaPapa going to move up into Snake 2.
J-Rab made the adjustment to come back to the back center, be a little bit more flexible on who he's shooting at. Malloy said, give me a gun battle, LaPapa.
Oh, LaPapa trying to call his kill crossfield. I don't think he got it. I don't see any referees running in there.
Sometimes you got to beg the ball.
Yeah, getting down to it now on time, though. It's down to 2 minutes here. Phil out for J-Rab. Has to fully commit on a dive. Makes it clean, though.
Just under 2 minutes left to play. Little action from Ryan Moorhead trying to work down that Dorito side. Get some productivity over there. Great job by Ryan working his way into that 50 Dorito brick.
Yeah, I love this fill from J-Rab to get out behind Malloy. Because there's only one body in front of him. And it gives J-Rab some mobility with Malloy in front of him, who's nasty. So
absolutely, Ryan's going to have a hard time crossing that gap with the way J-Rab.
It does put Vasquez on an island over there, and Vasquez looks like he wants to make a move. I don't know if he should be at this point in time.
I want to tell you yes, but it's a hard no. Ryan Moorhead crossing the 50.
Well, they need to get a gun on Moorhead. Now, okay, J-Rab finally picks up Moorhead, and he's going to put a gun that way to try to stop his attack. And then now Vasquez could launch, but he goes right into that gun. Kill crossfield, though, on Moorhead. J-Rab still alive, 2-on-2 situation, but Houston Heat does have that D side completely blown open, and they get the shot in on J-Rab. with 45 seconds left to go, as Malloy's going to run out to try to trade with LaPapa. And then a streaking, is that Ramos?
Yep.
Yeah, so Ramos playing the D side there.
Do not.
Yeah, don't die on that fill. Do not die on that fill. Wait till the crash. You only got to wait probably 15 seconds.
Absolutely.
So they're going to send Ramos real far, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to shoot a body. So
2. Kirill coming off and Kuzmin coming off. Houston Heat, heavy pressure. On the Drita side, Chad George over into the Snake 3.
So they actually doubled up that 50 on the D side, and they still have a body left alive. It's right in front of the VIP, so the crowd goes wild with Ryan Moorhead trying to make it happen here. And then with 12 seconds left, Houston Heat is indeed going to be able to put another point on the board. So we talked about how the last one might do it because it gets them back to even, and I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think that puts them back in positive territory.
And they committed 5. They committed all 5. They went for it. I love it.